Hello, everybody, and welcome to another community
First of all, Mayor,
conversation.
thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
Facebook Live. It's Friday at noon.
Just one portion of the
Economic impact.
Serve the many benefits of
Thank you, Mayor, and thanks for this opportunity.
Hello, Harrisburg, and welcome to another edition of Community Conversations right here on Facebook Live. We are in a particularly festive studio today because we are celebrating our 50th show. As many of you know, we began early on in the pandemic, and we have been here live at noon on Fridays every week for the last 50 shows. A variety of amazing topics and a fun one today. So let's get right to it and start with a couple general announcements. I wanted to let everybody know, if you've been watching recently, you saw a terrific show about development in the city. It looks like Penn Live picked up that story and ran with it today. They've got an in-depth description of a lot of the projects that we talked about right here on Community Conversations, so check that out. And if you saw last week's show, I want to again remind you that we have an active playground survey, which we want your feedback for. And that's for the planning for the Chutes and Ladders Playground Project at Reservoir Park. Please go to our website, go to harrisburgpa.gov, click on the Bureau of Parks and Recreation, and you can take that survey. And hopefully that survey is going to get a lot of response because it's going to be a wonderful and exciting playground project and a really terrific new addition for our city. I also want to let people know that coming up, there will be another public meeting for the Harrisburg Comprehensive Plan. This is the third and final planned Zoom meeting coming up on March 10th by City Council at 6 p.m. It's the last of 3 sessions, and you can find out more about the comprehensive plan. And you can basically prepare to take part in that meeting by going to harrisburgpa.gov/compplan. Also, a plug for our YouTube channel. If you go to the YouTube channel, not only can you see past community conversations, but you can also see the previous sessions of the comp plan discussion. So you can get up to date on all of that and then join us on March 10th. I've talked to Chair Madsden, and he is considering additional meetings. I don't know if they've been scheduled yet at this time, but this is the final one we have planned at the moment. So that's March 10th, 6 p.m. And then City Council will have their standard legislative session on Tuesday, March 9th at 6 p.m. And as always, due to the pandemic, these sessions will be held virtually. We are moving close as a city. I was just on a call yesterday to a major refinancing plan for our debt and a structured settlement agreement with AMBAC, which holds much of the city's debt. So there will be a lot to discuss, important financial details as we move into March. Now, the topic of today, I said, is a fun one. It's the M&T Bank Ice in the Burg Festival. That's right. We're pausing on fire for 1 calendar year, but we're really celebrating the end of winter and what will hopefully soon be the beginning of spring. And it looks like we're going to have absolutely phenomenal weather for it. Can't imagine actually any better weather for an Ice in the Burg Festival. It's going to be cold, but not too cold. It'll be sunny, and the weather should really cooperate and help us, but we are beginning today. Now, this year, it's going to look a little bit different due to the pandemic. Again, we've renamed it simply Ice in the Burg, and we're focusing on ice sculptures in neighborhoods throughout the city. It's beginning today. It's going to last from March 5th through the 7th. And some of the things that we saw in past years, we're putting a pause on. So there won't be an ice skating rink or an ice slide. There won't be a fire pit lounge or an artist market. Those will come back next year. But this year, we're going to have an expanded blueprint, and we're going to extend it to multiple days with longer hours to allow for additional viewing time and safe viewing time that can be done in a socially distant way. We have 14 illuminated ice sculptures and other attractions that will be available for viewing tonight at the drive-through experience on City Island. That's right, that's tonight from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. this Friday, March 5th, you can drive through and see illuminated ice sculptures on City Island. And I have to tell you, our social media has been blowing up. A lot of people are interested. I think it's going to be a really wonderful experience tonight. So I hope you can come out and check it out. And all told, we've got 55 ice sculptures that will be available as starting again then on Saturday, this coming Saturday on March 6th, beginning at 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., and then running through Sunday, March 7th from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And all of these ice sculptures will then be illuminated tomorrow night, Saturday night, also from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So basically a special sneak preview event tonight on City Island, followed by a exciting citywide display of 55 ice sculptures on Saturday and Sunday. To share some additional details regarding Ice in the Burg, we have a number of special guests with us here today. Let me introduce them. We have Nora Habig, who is the regional president for the Central and Western Pennsylvania branches of M&T Bank. Nora, thanks for being here. We have Timothy Eller, who is the Senior Vice President of Outreach and Government Relations at the Commonwealth Charter Academy, one of our sponsors. We have Amy Montgomery, who is the Director of Major Market for Capital Blue Cross. And as in the past, we have Todd Vanderwoody from the Harrisburg Downtown Improvement District. We're going to speak to all of them and learn more about the festival. But we want to begin with an exciting live demonstration of ice carving and what you may see if you come out soon today. Take it away. Well, we saw a whole variety of tools and techniques there, Moment. And I guess obviously we're coming live from City Island. And I think the video is being brought to us by our wonderful events director, Megan Roby. So thank you, Megan, for showing us that. Is it possible to ask the artist a question at this time?
The drive-through this evening. He is finishing up the Rotary logo carving. Yes, we can absolutely ask a question. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Megan, here, you can relay the question. I think we saw a whole variety of different tools and techniques, from the hand chisel to the other power tools which he had. I guess the question I have is, what are some of the challenges about carving into ice in particular, and how did he learn his trade?
The challenges in carving the ice in particular, and how did you learn your trade? This is Kevin. He is from Ice Concepts, so he'll share some information about the talents of ice carving.
Yes, hello. Thank you for the question. So some of the challenges of carving ice, especially professionally, is that first of all, it's made of ice. It needs to be temperature controlled at all times. It's very strong, but it's very fragile. It's like glass. It'll withstand a lot, but once you drop it or add some impact to it, it can shatter right in your hands. But those are some of the challenges, but that's also some of the things that attract us to what we do. It's always a challenge. And the second question was some of the tools and so forth that we use. Well, we really start with 300-pound blocks in our shop. We make them in our facility. We carve them down with chainsaws. We continue to refine it down a little bit more. Chainsaws first, then we sand, then we go to detail tools. And right now he's polishing it to make it give that crystal clear appearance and so forth.
Yeah, and I had a general question, which is, how did you learn the trade?
Yes, that's an excellent question. So most professional ice carvers start in culinary arts. A lot of times we go to culinary school, or we find ourselves cooking in hotels or banquet facilities or something where they carve ice, and that's really where most of us get our start. And then some of us really get fueled by ice, and we leave our culinary careers and start ice carving companies. So that's how most of us get started. Tony and I have been carving together for over 23 years now, and we both started in culinary, and we had culinary careers, but ice grabbed us and took over, and we left our culinary careers altogether and went into professional ice sculpture.
Yeah, thanks for that. And Megan, maybe a final question that we're going to lead into a discussion of some of our exciting ice sculptures that we can see this year. But I know that this year we've got a couple Harrisburg mascots that are going to be on display. We've got Shypoke Sheena, the legendary dog who dresses up as a groundhog and prognosticates the weather in Shypoke. And at Italian Lake, we've got everyone's favorite white duck, known to my children as Alex, known to others as Aflac, and there are many different names in the community. So my question is, and this is to the carvers, how challenging is it to carve ice sculptures to order, as we requested they do for both Shypoke Sheena and our white duck?
Well, thank you for the question. And we are professional ice carvers, and we have been doing this for literally decades. So even though a lot of orders present certain challenges, that's what we have done for a long time. And, this is what we do for a living, to take custom orders and turn them into somebody's reality. So to us, it doesn't seem to be that much of a challenge anymore. but we really get a lot of satisfaction out of being able to take things that are important to other people and transpose it into a crystal clear sculpture for them to enjoy.
All right. Well, thank you. And thank you, Megan. Thanks for coming live and bringing some excitement here to the broadcast. We're gonna turn back to the studio now. We're gonna talk a little bit more about what's coming up here. And I want to start with Nora at M&T. And basically, Nora, can you tell us a little bit about M&T's involvement in Ice in the Burg this year? And maybe you can take us on a sort of virtual discussion of some of the sculptures that we can see throughout the city.
So M&T has been the lead sponsor for Ice in the Burg for 3 years. And we're really excited this year that we're still having it. I think it's a really great thing that people are gonna be able to get out of their houses. People have been stuck, in their homes or somewhat confined over the course of the last year. We're just happy that people can get out. It's available to everybody. And I love that it's going to be widely throughout the city this year. So it's really going to be available to a lot of people in many different communities. A couple of the ones that I'm hoping that I get a chance to see are the carousel and certainly the M&T logo and the piggy bank. And I have to go on the Facebook page to find where all of these are going to be because I haven't actually studied that yet. So I don't know where all of them are going to be located, but I certainly will be looking that up to see that I can at least get a peek at the ones that M&T is sponsoring.
Yeah, that's right. So I understand there's an event map, PDF, and I think Moment has it up now, as well as an online map with GPS coordinates to all the sculptures and the activities. We can find this on our Facebook event page or on the website, which is harrisburgpa.gov/ice. So, depending on availability, people can walk between neighborhoods and really enjoy themselves in a safe and outdoor way. Do you want to talk a little bit about parking options for folks, Nora?
Yeah, so again, I would point people to the map that's online. I don't really have some of those details memorized, but I think that the website does a really nice job laying out all of the logistics for folks. So I would point people to the Facebook page and make sure that you're planning out your day so you can see where to park and where to walk to see the different sites that you're interested in taking in.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll give a little bit more advice on that. So if people want to park, for instance, on Saturday at one of the parking meters, they can use the code LOVEHBG, LUVHBG, in the Park mobile app to get 4 hours of free parking. So you don't have to pay the meters on Saturday if you use the app. Meter parking is always free after 5 p.m. So especially in the downtown. And this is absolutely true on Saturday. It is also free on Sunday. And so there's a lot of options to come down and park at meters for free. Now, if you want to park in a garage, then the Market Square Garage will offer all-day parking for a special event rate of $10. And that's courtesy of our friends at Park Harrisburg. And it might just be easier to park your car and leave it and not worry about it for the whole day. There's also, though, free parking on City Island. So that's positive. And if you're going up to Midtown to see some of the sculptures, there is free parking in lots 2 and 4 at 3rd and Riley Street. And we've got a map of where those are so that you can see them on the website. But you can also park for free at the Ben Franklin Elementary School in Midtown. And there is free 2-hour parking behind the Broad Street Market. So another nice place you can stop in and support local businesses when you're out and about. I'll also note that there's free parking at 3rd and Shamokin Streets and at the lots at Italian Lake, courtesy of the Zembo Shrine. So if you're going out to the Italian Lake, you also won't have to pay for parking. And then finally, of course, there's free parking, as there always is, at the lot in Reservoir Drive and Reservoir Park. So this is really, really exciting, and lots of ways to get out. Nora, do you want to talk a little bit about the scavenger hunt that we have planned for people to participate in?
Yeah, so I think that's a new thing this year, and I think that's going to be a lot of fun for folks. And there are, I think again, if you go on the website, you'll be able to see what the scavenger hunt is all about. And there are several restaurants who are putting together gift cards for winners. So Aruga's Cafe Fresco. There's also City Island Water Golf, Elementary Coffee, Good Brothers Good Cafe, Little Am's, Monjaquee, and Rubicon, Pride of the Susquehanna, Stocks on Second, the Fixed Cafe, and Zemby's. But certainly, take a look at the website. Make sure you know all the different statues that you're looking for, and hopefully you'll have a good shot at winning the prizes.
Yeah, so I guess we should say that the ice sculptures will have a QR code on them, and if you use your camera on your mobile phone, you can scan the QR code, and then that directs you to an online entry form. Now you have to visit at least 10 sculptures to be eligible to win, but you could win a cornucopia of exciting gifts for local businesses and restaurants. And that's just another way to make this a fun and exciting event, and to encourage people to see as many different ice sculptures as they can. And their moment has a list of all the different locations spread out throughout the city. So, Nora, I wanted to say a couple things about M&T. First of all, a great thank you for always stepping up and helping us sponsor our festivals and our events like Ice in the Burg. But also, we have just about closed on the purchase of the M&T Bank building on 7th Street in Harrisburg, which is going to be the new home of our traffic and engineering department. And M&T really stepped up and made a considerable donation to the city, a value of at least $300,000 to help us close this deal. And I want to say thank you on behalf of the residents of our city. It's going to make a great difference in terms of access and the ability to service our community. So thank you to M&T. And thank you for all the good work you're doing in the community. Would you like to talk just a little bit about some other things which M&T is doing during this pandemic?
Sure. So thank you for that. And it's our privilege to be able to support the city and to have a major presence here. M&T, we do a variety of things and have a variety of services available to help people and businesses manage their money and make sound financial decisions, both for their current circumstances as well as planning for the future. I think that really what makes us a bit different is that while we have lots of ways that you can access us digitally, we also make sure that you can access us personally. So we're a large regional bank, but we deliver on a very localized basis. My job is to make sure that we are making good community decisions each and every day in the communities where we operate. Particularly during COVID, we've been, obviously everyone's been affected in very serious ways. In December alone, we donated $200,000 to 24 nonprofit organizations in Dauphin and Cumberland County. Most of that went to basic needs. A lot of it went to food banks and pantries to support families who were really in a hard way during that time. During all of 2020 in Dauphin and Cumberland County, we donated $644,000. And, of course, it's been very important for businesses to have access to the PPP funds that have been made available through the stimulus program. And during the first round, M&T we processed $7 billion in PPP loans and supported 35,000 companies during that time. Just in our region here, we supported $230 million worth of applications. It was about 1,200 businesses and 24,000 jobs that were affected. So it's been really important to us to be very focused on the communities, the programs that are available to folks during this time, notably. But hopefully whether it's during the COVID days or not, people would view us as being good community citizens. It's very important to us to make sure that where we live and where we operate is a good and vibrant area to live.
Yeah, thank you for all that you do, and that's certainly the case here in Harrisburg, and we're greatly appreciative of that. Many of those loans and other initiatives that you sponsored have been lifelines to folks as we've worked to make our way through this crisis. We're almost there. We're not there yet, but we're on our way. And I know that the crisis has really taken a financial toll on folks. We focus on the health side on a regular basis on this show, but from a financial standpoint, it's been hard. And I wonder, do you have certain financial literacy or money management tools that you might recommend to folks to help them make it through these difficult times?
Yes, thank you. So whether you're dealing with us personally or through a business account, we've got some great services available through mobile banking, and we hope that people take advantage of those opportunities. But again, we marry that with excellent people in the branches all the time. We were open through the pandemic. We continue to be open. If you prefer, you can make an appointment or you can just stop in. And we also have a great free tool called Money Mentor. It's a digital suite of financial education tools available on our website, which is mtd.com. We have specialized programs for people who are just starting out, getting ready to buy their first home, all the way through to preparing for retirement. So I think we try to worry about how we can help folks, whether it's at the beginning of their career, the beginning of their life, or as they're getting ready to retire and enjoy the benefits of all the hard work that they've put in for so many years. And I would highly encourage you to check us out on mcb.com and certainly stop in to see us at any of our branches. We'd be happy to help you.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Nora. Look forward to that. Thank you for your sponsorship of the festival and for telling us a little bit about what we might expect. You mentioned the carved piggy bank, but we've got everything from pizza slices to lizards to donuts to golfers to llamas. I mean, it's quite a panoply of ice sculptures. And to talk about another one in specific terms, let's turn now to our next guest, who is Tim Eller. He's the Senior Vice President of Outreach and Government Relations for the Commonwealth Charter Academy. And the Commonwealth Charter Academy is sponsoring one of the life-sized ice sculptures that you can see this year. It's an extraordinary one. I'm going to let you tell the folks about it and why Commonwealth Charter Academy chose this particular sculpture. So, Tim Eller, take it away.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's a pleasure to be here, and we're happy to be. Commonwealth Charter Academy is happy to be part of this event. The Man on the Moon sculpture that we're sponsoring, and it's a life-size sculpture. Our focus in CCA is a online public cyber charter school, and our focus is on serving families. As every family across the state over the past year through the pandemic, they've experienced some type of online virtual learning. So we chose Man on the Moon because we look at ourselves as one of the pioneers in online education. We look back when the first man walked on the moon. And that's the reason why we chose Man on the Moon, because we wanted to set ourselves apart as being pioneers in online education and having the length and expertise of being able to do that. So it goes to that pioneer mindset and encouraging families to show that we have the expertise in educating students online that have been doing it for nearly 20 years.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. So, so where can folks find the Man in the Moon sculpture? And then tell us a little bit about how it was created.
I believe it's on City Island. It's spot 48. It's on City Island. And I know the gentleman that was on earlier that was showing the sculpting of the ice, he talked a little bit about some of the tools that were used in it. But basically, to create Man on the Moon and other sculptures at the event, the artists worked through a process of creating this temporary art. And the first step is to freeze blocks of ice in special machines called climb bell machines. And which that does is it freezes the ice from the bottom to the top. This is all the minerals usually that's in water together at the top so that the water can then be cleared off the top and ensures that the ice is crystal clear. It's a little bit different than the process that we use in making ice cubes at home because the ice freezes on all sides and it traps the minerals in the water inside. And that's why when folks at home look at their ice cubes, they're usually opaque and not that crystal clear that the the ice that's used to do the sculptures. Once it's frozen, the 300-pound block of ice is pulled from the block makers. And then depending on the time and year, that may have to proceed through numerous freezers, each having different water temperatures at every step to ensure the change in temperature isn't too quick or the ice will crack. And obviously, as the gentleman talked about earlier, although the ice is strong, it's also very delicate, and any type of hard bang or any drop is going to crack that ice. When the block is ready to carve, the sculptor, the artist use tools, and I know the gentleman talked about this earlier, such as chainsaws, chisels, routers, and grinders to create the designs. The ice is most often carved freehand. There's no pre-drawn template. And then when the carving's complete, they either use a blowtorch or a brush with water to clean out the snow or the ice shavings that are created from the carvings. It could take anywhere from 2 hours to multiple days to complete one sculpture. And for events such as Ice in the Burg, it took the sculptors up to 1 month to prepare these displays. So that's kind of the process that's been gone through, that these artists have done to create these phenomenal looking sculptures that are going to be on display across throughout the city.
Well, thanks, Tim. You answered one of my questions, which is how do they get the ice so clear and therefore so powerfully able to be illuminated as we're going to see tonight. So I hope people will come and check out Man in the Moon and do the drive-through event on City Island tonight, which is beginning at 5 o'clock. It's a great way to kick off the festival, and again, it'll continue into Saturday and Sunday. Tell me a little bit about Commonwealth Charter Academy. I know that this has probably been quite a year for your growth because of the interest and the necessary interest in online education amidst the pandemic. How has Commonwealth Charter Academy been able to sort of cope with that demand and continue to serve students?
We have seen phenomenal growth since the pandemic hit. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So phenomenal growth since the pandemic hit. Last year, before the pandemic hit, we were right about 10,000 students. This time now, we have doubled our enrollment to about 20,000 students. We're just near that 20,000 number. CCA has been doing online education for nearly 20 years. It's something that we've been perfecting, been changing, learning what's right, what's wrong, what works, what doesn't work. So we've been able to adapt to the pandemic quite easily because everything we do for students is provided in an online environment. All the students are provided a laptop computer. All the curriculum materials are directly shipped to their home. The services they receive are virtual. So once the pandemic hit, we really didn't have any hiccups in the road along the way, other than I would say, our enrollment doubling because more folks were looking for a virtual education, that was provided by someone or by an entity that has the experience in doing it. And in turn, we also had to increase our staff to meet that rising demand. So our staff's also increased. So now we're a little over 1,000 staff members across the school. And, we have a large segment of the central Pennsylvania community that is enrolled at CCA of students, but we enroll students across Pennsylvania in grades K through 12. Any student throughout the state is able to enroll and is eligible to enroll.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I know you are statewide, but I also know you've seen great growth here in central Pennsylvania in Harrisburg. Of course, you've got your, I don't know if we'll call it the headquarters, but you've got your phenomenal building here in the city near Hack. And one thing I'll attest to the fact is I've been going door to door a lot over these past weeks in the city of Harrisburg, and I've seen an awful lot of proud CCA families sort of proclaiming their allegiance and announcing that they're part of your community through signs and windows and whatnot. Do you know what the growth has been like right here in Harrisburg, and in terms of the maybe the use of your drop-in facility as well as local enrollment?
As far as local enrollment in the regional area, it matches what we've seen statewide. Our enrollment has doubled, and that goes for South Central Pennsylvania and the Harrisburg area. In addition to that, unfortunately, because of COVID, our centers are not open to the public right now. But you're correct, Mr. Mayor. Our headquarters is located in Harrisburg, where the old PSCCU building used to be located, right across from the farm show. And that's where we house AgWorks. And it's my understanding, I believe, that you have been in to visit AgWorks. AgWorks at CCA, which is an indoor hydroponics, aquaponics, and aeroponics growing facility where we teach CCA students agriculture. And AgWorks at CCA, which is at the Capitol campus in Harrisburg, is one of our 3 CCA initiatives called of CCA Works initiatives to ensure that students are provided with career-ready skills upon graduation.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. And yeah, it's an incredible facility. Thank you for being a sponsor again this year, and we appreciate your support for the events that we're doing here in Harrisburg, and for all that you do. We're going to turn now, to Amy Montgomery, who is the director of the major markets for Capital Blue Cross. And Amy, one of the things that I really appreciate about our festivals is the degree to which we try and make them a form of safe and family entertainment. I know if you've got kids at home and they may be going a little stir crazy, as we all are, here's an opportunity where the whole family can get out, get some exercise, or maybe go through a drive-through, be together, and have some fun in a safe way. And Capital Blue Cross is our new healthcare provider here at the city. And I thought maybe you could share some tips on how people could stay safe when they come out to Ice in the Burg today and this weekend.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yes, Capital Blue Cross really wants everyone to stay safe and healthy during the wonderful events this weekend that are occurring. And so we wanted to share some of those health and safety tips for you to remember. Some of those include, per the governor's mandate, that we all must continue to wear those face mask coverings outdoors when others who are not members of your personal household are with you. And if you're unable to maintain that physical distance. So just as a reminder, some of the things you're going to see are markers that are 6 feet apart from each other leading up to the ice sculptures. And those are there to help guide us and maintain that appropriate social distance as we move between the sculptures. We wanted to remind everybody that due to the cold temperatures, hand washing stations will not be available. So just remember to bring your hand sanitizer, make sure it contains at least 60% alcohol. And certainly if you're not feeling well, just stay home this weekend.
Yeah, and this is an event, as we've said, where people really can take their time, go at their own pace, give people space to experience and enjoy the markers, and really spread out. Now, Capital Blue Cross in particular, though, is sponsoring the drive-through experience that we're going to have tonight on City Island. So starting at 5 o'clock, this begins. What can people expect?
It's going to certainly be so much fun. As you mentioned, this evening from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., there's going to be an illuminated sculpture drive-through, and there'll be about 14 sculptures that you can view from the warmth and comfort of your own vehicle. Some of the other experience you're going to be able to have this evening includes the live ice carving, similar to what we just had a preview of. We're going to have live music by Dave McCullough, Frozen characters for the kids. We'll certainly enjoy that as well as a Snow Queen stilt walker. There's also going to be a performance by the Susquehanna Dance Academy and an I Love Harrisburg light display. So lots of fun to look forward to tonight if you're able to come out. In terms of the details, how to get there and how to maneuver your way through the drive-through, vehicles can enter City Island either via the east or west shore. Signs will be available to direct you towards the entrance, and it will start in the north lot. Vehicles will simply proceed around the island. This is the opposite direction as on a normal day. And after proceeding around the loop, you'll exit down the ramp. One of the exciting things we wanted to share is that there's no entrance fee for the vehicles. So come out, enjoy it. There's no cost to you. Just remember that all spectators must remain in your vehicles for safety reasons. No pedestrians or bicyclists will be permitted. Also, just remember, the ice sculptures are available to continue to walk up and see on Saturday and Sunday, of course.
Yeah, great. And thanks for reminding. Yes, it starts tonight at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. And obviously, we're setting up now. You just saw the live shots, and we'll be there all the way through. But that's when the drive-through experience begins. And as you mentioned, tonight is a drive-through experience only. You'll remain in the safety of your own car with your own family, and you'll get to go through it at a reasonable pace. No charge. It's free. And whether you're coming from the East Shore or the West Shore, if you head over the Market Street Bridge to City Island, there'll be signs directing you to the line, and then you'll move through. Maybe some of the people who are coming experienced our reverse holiday parade, in which we also had dancing and music and other activities. So they may know that it's a lot of fun. But it's going to be a great event tonight, and I expect a lot of people will come out. So let's talk a little bit about Capital Blue Cross. I know that, as I announced, Capital Blue Cross has stepped up and become the healthcare provider for the city of Harrisburg. We're proud of that. We're also greatly appreciative of the great savings which you've been able to pass on and provide to our employees in our city and our taxpayers. So what's up with Capital Blue Cross? And do you want to talk a little bit about some of the ways in which you've been assisting people throughout the pandemic?
Sure. We're so proud, just like the other panelists, of the efforts that we've put forth to support our community during this time. It's been a big focus for us to continue to connect our members with the community resources to help them in need. We've been able to provide support to frontline workers. We're currently supporting vaccine clinics where we can, and our schools, and certainly government entities as well. Just trying to be flexible and nimble as we are in our 21 county area to support those folks that live and serve in the community that we do as well. I always want to remind everybody about our Capital Blue Connect stores that are available as a resource as well. They're in the Saucon Valley, the Enola area, and we just opened one up in Chambersburg. And in terms of a community resource, as things open up and you feel more comfortable, it's an on-site place for folks to go, but also to reach out to someone for help navigating the system. And we provide a lot of great tools and resources available to the community for overall wellness as well.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Amy, for all that you and Capital Blue Cross are doing. We're very appreciative of your sponsorship, and it's going to be a great event tonight. So again, come out tonight to enjoy the drive-through, and then you can do a walk-up, and you can see all the various sculptures throughout the city on Saturday and Sunday. But there's another component to all this, and that is we're going to have some exciting options for people to eat in the streets, some outdoor dining. and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So let's go to Todd Vanderwoody. He's the executive director of the Downtown Improvement District. And Todd, we partnered quite successfully last year in a series of events in which we shut down the streets, and we had Saturday nights in the city. It was a great way to bring some safe and positive business to our restaurants that have really collectively struggled during this pandemic. It's another opportunity here coming up to help support them through outdoor dining. So, Todd, tell us what folks can expect if they come down on Saturday.
Well, thank you, Mayor, and good afternoon. Yes, we're excited. As you mentioned before, we've partnered with the city on the Saturday Nights in the City events for last summer. Tomorrow, actually, for Ice in the Burg, we're happy to be a part of that. Second Street's going to be closed down from Locust to Pine. We have restaurants that are going to be putting tables in the streets. And as Amy just mentioned too, social distancing is so important. So there'll be socially distant tables set up in the streets. And then some of the participating restaurants involved are Aruga's, Stocks on Second, JB Love Drafts, Federal Tap House, and Zemby's, just to name a few. And we're really looking forward to it. And one thing, Mayor, and I thought was interesting, your question to the ice sculptors about how they got started. And of course, it was with the culinary skills. I thought that was pretty important.
Yeah, that was really interesting. I wasn't expecting that answer, but it makes sense when you think about it. We can, I think, also break a little news here today and say that Saturdays in the city will be back in the spring when it gets a little bit warmer. So let's consider this a little bit of a sneak preview of what people can expect if they come out. There'll be hot chocolate. There will be, outdoor dining. There'll be all sorts of good things to add to the festivities. Now, at City Government Center, Todd, apparently there's going to be an outdoor photo op opportunity. Can you talk about what people will see there?
In front of the City Government Center, 10 North 2nd Street, there's going to be an I Heart Harrisburg light display. Be a great photo op for families to stop by, get their photo taken. And, again, it's just one of those things that getting people out and about and really enjoying the outdoors. It should be fun.
And how about for kids? I understand there's also a few very family-centered, kid-focused activities that are going on in the downtown. What can you tell us about those?
Yes, there's really something for everybody here. The McCormick Riverfront Library, right down the street here at Walnut and Front Street. They're going to have free ice painting for the kids on Saturday and Sunday from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Then a little further upriver, up at the Civic Club, there's going to be a bonfire tomorrow. All kinds of activities for the kids. I know some of the costume characters are going to be up there. That's going to be tomorrow up at the Civic Club, really from noon until about 7 p.m. And really as people are walking around, I mean, you mentioned it, Mayor, there's something here for everyone. We talked about the dining, but you also mentioned that, the great coffee shops that we have here downtown and midtown. As people are walking around to stop and warm up, it's a great opportunity to visit these businesses too.
Yep, that's right. Well, thanks, Todd, for letting us know a little bit more about some of the things happening downtown. I want to also, once again, plug a couple of the sculptures that I'm really looking forward to seeing, and that's I'm going to stop by Shy Poke and check out Shy Poke Sheena. We weren't able to really celebrate Shy Poke Sheena properly this year because of COVID, but Shy Poke Sheena will be memorialized in this wonderful ice carving that people can see there. That'll be in Shy Poke very prominently displayed. And then up at Italian Lake, we have the duck, the famous duck. And I can say that the duck called Alex in our family has been doing well this winter. He's made it through, had lots of friends and a lot of people looking out for him. So I wonder what he's going to think when he sees himself carved in ice. So it's going to be great. And it even sounds like there might be a little fire after all if people stop by the Civic Club. There'll be a bonfire with kids' games and other types of concessions on Saturday night. So none of this is possible without our sponsors. And again, I want to thank all the sponsors that really stepped up, especially M&T Bank, which is our title sponsor, but also our presenting sponsor, Visit Hershey Harrisburg. They've been constantly there helping us get the word out about these events. And our marketing sponsor, Explore HBG, which is a great way to find out more about what's going on in Harrisburg and the region. I want to thank our drive-through sponsor, of course, Capital Blue Cross. Remember, that's tonight, starting at 7 o'clock. I want to thank our Life Ice Sculpture sponsors, not just Commonwealth Charter Academy, but also the Broad Street Market. That's right. There will be ice sculptures in Midtown as well. I want to thank our community sponsor, the Harrisburg Downtown Improvement District, as well as UPMC, and of course our parking sponsor, which is Park Harrisburg. So at this point, Momen, in addition to hoping that everybody comes out and enjoys this safe, outdoor, socially distant event that is tonight and through Sunday, let's see if we have some questions for any of our guests from the audience.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Some questions about tonight. So for the driving portion on City Island, I think this was mentioned earlier, but just to kind of reiterate, how can people get there? Is it just from the East Shore or the West Shore? How can people get there?
Yeah, you can get there from either shore. There will be traffic control out and helping direct traffic. There'll be signage. It's basically going to be the type of event where you will pull in off the Market Street Bridge into the parking lots there on City Island. You'll be queued up and ready to go, and we'll let people go through and do a circle and enjoy all of the things. Really, the only thing I might mention that maybe we didn't mention is that there is a height restriction. There is an underpass that you have to go under. This won't affect really anything but the largest of trucks, but something to think about. And tonight it is vehicle only, so no walk-up pedestrians, no bicyclists, and but that could happen on Saturday and Sunday. So if you want to go out and experience the festival by foot or by bicycle, we recommend Saturday and Sunday. But tonight, by vehicle, come over to City Island, queue up. It'll be free. It'll be fun. It'll be safe for everybody.
And Mayor, that's a great point. As far as those who can't make it out tonight, they can also come out tomorrow or Sunday. If the traffic, if there's a lot of cars, because there's a lot of interest in this. Do you have any tips for anyone, for those who are coming? Should they come in early or time-wise?
Yeah. Well, so while 2nd Street will be closed, just like we've closed it for our Saturday nights in the city, there'll be no problem getting to the garage and parking there safely, or parking on City Island and walking. I've looked at the weather. It's going to be chilly, but not too cold. It should be sunny. It should be a beautiful day. So why not consider parking on City Island and getting your steps in and taking a whole tour from Shipe Oak to Italian Lake. And just remember that there's free parking at all the various venues. So maybe start downtown and then go out to Reservoir Park or up to Italian Lake and get a chance to experience the whole city and support some of our businesses by stopping by and getting that hot chocolate or the takeout meal or whatever you feel comfortable doing, dining in the streets. It's all available this Saturday. And a special plug for seeing the ice sculptures at night, because when they're illuminated, as they will be tonight for the drive-through, and they will be Saturday night for the walk through the downtown, they're particularly beautiful, and it should be a lot of fun.
And just a reminder for folks, harrisburgpa.gov/ice has all the information right there in one place.
That's right. All right. Well, Momen, I said at the beginning we are celebrating our 50th show today, and there are balloons throughout the whole studio. And it's really been quite an accomplishment. I've gotten to see you and Asher here every week, right at noon. And I want to thank you. I want to thank you both for all the hard work that goes into editing and putting these shows up and making them accessible to people. So it's a celebration for everybody.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Mayor. It's our pleasure, and it's a lot of great information that we've been able to put out for this 50th episode. Yeah, 50 episodes every week. So it's been great.
Okay, well, wonderful. Well, with that, do you have something you'd like to present?
Oh, yes. Well, we have a cake to mark our 50th
Aha.
episode, so we could probably get a close-up of that. And, unfortunately, because it's a virtual show, we don't have it for everyone, all of our viewers, but we'll try to send some virtual cake somehow to everyone.
Okay,
so.
all right. Yes. We'll send virtual cake greetings. It looks good. Where'd it come from?
This came from Giant.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, thanks to Giant. We'll be trying that soon. 50. Quite a significant day. All right. Well, as maybe we pan out to the cake, I want to thank everybody for watching. This has been another great community conversation right here on Facebook Live. I'm Mayor Eric Pappenfuss. We'll be back next week and every week, Friday at noon, to talk to you about issues that matter in and about Harrisburg. A lot of exciting things happening in the city. And I hope to see you and your families out this weekend and tonight at Ice in the Burg. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Stay safe and be well.